terms of what I learned from the Vladimir Klitschko fight is I shouldn't use training camp to get fit. I approached training camp in good condition, and I took everything I didn't know then and I know now into this training camp, and I've used this training camp to work solely on my technique and my ability rather than using it to get fit and prepare for 12 rounds. My trainer, Robert McCracken, has prepared me from day one for like 12 round fights and long range fighting and inside fighting. So when it came to boxing Carlos Takam, I thought it's fine. Even though he's shorter than me, I'll meet him with uppercuts, left hooks and so on. And yeah, you can see Carlos is in great shape when I boxed him. And I wanted to control Takam from round 1 to whatever round it went to, because I knew that there was going to be a big 2018 on the horizon, providing I just took my time and didn't make any mistakes. So that's how I approached that fight, and that's why we're here now. Every fight's a blessing, you know, whether it's Joseph Parker sitting here or X sitting here. I feel like every fight's a blessing, and every fight will have reason in the long run. Do you know where I'm coming from? So yeah, it's Parker, that's the reality of things, and it's a blessing. He's a champion, he's done well for himself, and he's someone who will add something to my life journey. You know, he's quick and he can take a punch. But that's what I've heard, and I'm going to repeat what people have been saying. But yeah, he's quick and he can take a punch.
Have you trained differently? You are going to come in a bit later, I think. Maybe
when we said that last time, I came in my career heaviest. But you know what it is? Your weight has to determine who you fight. There's no, weight category for heavyweights. So if I'm fighting someone a lot taller, a lot bigger, maybe I might come in lighter so I can move a lot more. If I'm fighting someone who's shorter, more stocky, I might come in a bit heavier so I can sit on their chest. So I don't know what my weight will be, because it's a blessing being a heavyweight. I haven't got to worry about that. But I do know for sure that I feel great, and not only physically, a long time. Well, let's say I've been boxing amateur and professional for 10 years now altogether. So a long time I had to rely on, my strengths, my physicalities, and so on and so forth. But over the 10 years, I've built, a lot of mental strength as well. And now I'm combining the two. I feel confident, and I really do look forward to the challenge. A lot of talk has been happening as if, AJ Deontay or whatnot, and I'm like, people need to be realistic. I'm looking at Joseph Parker, who's a lively challenger, champion for a reason. Let's say we can look in a crystal ball, and God willing, I've added a lot of prayers to this camp, and I do become victorious. Then we can start talking about future plans. But for now, my future stops on Saturday, and that's where I've got to look to. I was there from 10:30 in the morning till 5, and I had to be back in the gym at 6:30 to train, and I hadn't eaten. So it wouldn't have mattered if it was the African press, the Chinese press, or the Russian or New Zealand press. It was just that I told my PR team, can I make a move now, because I've got to be back in an hour and a half, and do they mind waiting, and then when I return and I get ready, we can conduct the interview. But they didn't want to wait, so I said, look, with all due respect, I have to focus on my training. So the fear of losing is that unless I take care of my business, no one's going to want to interview me anyway. So I have to make sure I stay focused on the job at task, and that's the fear of losing, because it keeps me motivated, and I just know how the tables can turn quickly. 1 minute you're the man, and the next minute you're not. I'm definitely preparing for a 12-round fight, 110%, which isn't a problem to go the distance. But let's say I got 20 quid in my pocket, and I'm looking at Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua. I believe Anthony Joshua, myself, will knock Joseph Parker out for sure.